How can you help an organization improve on its agile processes? Or how can you help an organization become truly agile? Another way this question is often being asked is about agile transformation, or how do you deal with organizations that are resisting change? Okay. Hello, happy Friday. Super excited to be here to share with you today on agile project delivery or agile product delivery. All right. And I'm also going to talk about what is the process to help an organization that has never practiced agile start practicing it and becoming agile. And what in essence does it really mean when we often say that, oh, I have the organization transition from waterfall to agile? What is the meaning of that? Should you really be saying that, or is it an overstatement? We are going to evaluate that in the course of this video. And someone also requested that I talk about blockers and impediment. I'm also going to be handling that in this video. All right. So it's a weekend now. Let's have a couple of tips that can help you succeed in a weekend. One of the things which I'm going to push everyone, most especially those who have been in here for a while and they finding it difficult to break through the space. Number one, if you're not in a practicing community where you're sharing with others, where you're receiving coaching from someone that has been there, there's quite a lot you're missing out. You might feel like you're super strong on your own, you don't need anyone, but you actually understand the value of belonging into a community that's practicing when you actually get the job. And then you got in your first day and they say, okay, can you help us facilitate the product roadmap? It's like, oh, I wasn't taught the product roadmap when I was doing Scrum. Okay. So it's just important. If you want to join our practicing community, we open to receive you, but it's definitely not for everyone. So I quite understand that a lot of people reach out to me and say, oh, this is expensive. I already took my class. I already paid my certification. So I wasn't looking forward to pay more extra money. Now, an advice is certification alone cannot do the job. I'm having a SAFe training certification coming Monday 29th. So if you want to be part of it, you're welcome on board. We do certification 4 days straight, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 hours every day, and we are done. And you get certified that same week. Will you understand everything within the theoretical framework? Yes, we help you to understand and master everything in theory within 4 weeks. But we also inform you that that alone is not enough for you to break through the job and become a Scrum Master. Scrum Master simply means that you master what you're doing. It's not a Scrum practitioner. No, even the practitioner means that you understand what is not Scrum intent. So you don't want to get into that spot. So also, reach out to me if you want to enroll on our SAFe certification coming up on Monday. And for those who are already in the job and you need to get in a supporting community where you have opportunities to learn, you have opportunity to also be part of the facilitating, grow on your agile leadership coaching skills. We have a community, we have a fee to that. That's definitely not free because we're investing time and resources. All our training do have training centers, learning portals, which you go as fast as you want. All right, let's go straight into our question. We're going to keep it really straight and really straight to the point. Now, is it safe to say that, oh, I help an organization transition from waterfall to agile? Or alternatively, the way we're looking at this question is that how can you help an organization embrace agile or become more agile? I'm going to do this illustration by sharing a snapshot. It's part of our teaching for those who have attended our SAFe training. As Scrum Master, we teach you this, right? Those who have already taken their training, you realize that you have not been taught this, which is some of the stuff that make our trainings very unique. We go the extra miles, right? So, which is also why we put in the effort to make sure that it's getting premium. So some people come and say, "Oh, I saw this was 500 somewhere else, and yours is maybe $1,000." It's just the value you get. It's not about this. we have a lot of people teaching Scrum, right? But then you need to understand the value you want, what you want is going to be what you pay. Okay, perfect. Now let's look at Agile transformation. There are 5 levels of Agile planning or Agile project delivery. Now, the first level, which I want you to pay attention to, is the product vision, right? The second is the product roadmap. The third is the release planning. The fourth is iteration planning. And the fifth is daily planning. So the next time you ask in an interview or on how you can help an organization truly become agile, or if you are saying that you help an organization transition from waterfall to agile, then you need to understand all of these 5 levels of agile project delivery or agile transformation. Now, what does it mean to help an organization become agile or transition? Now, when we're talking about transition, we're talking about agility. Agility is product-based, right? That's why we say agile product delivery is product-based. And what is the difference between product and project? When we talk about project, I'm talking about a budget, I'm talking about a timeline, right? When I'm talking about project, I'm talking about a product, I'm talking about a budget, I'm talking about timeline. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. If I have a project to buy an iPhone by September 30th, what am I going to think? I have a timeline and I have my budget of an iPhone, right? If I want to buy a product by a product called an iPhone by September 30th, what am I looking for? I'm not looking for the product. It's going to help me determine what the budget will be and what activities I need to do in order to realize that product. Now, with project, it kind of just help us, it limit us on a whole lot of things. Project means that I have a budget and I have a timeline. So I need to work a lot on my planning to make sure that I am not going out of my project budget and timeline, this is what we call waterfall, right? This is what make it like really, really strict. Okay. On the other hand, when we say, okay, we don't want the iPhone to be the project, we want the iPhone to be the product. Now, it gets us to start thinking, if we want it to be the product, what is the vision? When we talk about vision, it simply means what do we want to accomplish? How is it gonna help us? Who is gonna use it? Why do we need it? When do we need it? What are the constraints? What are the assumptions? Now, when we talk about the project base is like, okay, this is the budget and this is the timeline. How can we implement it? So it limits our thinking, our flexibility, and get us to focus mainly on the timeline and accomplishing it. Now, when we switch to product thinking, which is now the agile method of delivery, it helps us to start thinking about what? It helps us to start thinking about the value. We're not concerned about the timeline. We're not concerned about the budget, although they're important, but they're not the primary focus we're working on. Okay. So when we're able to consider the vision, what we need, who need it, why, when, constraint, and assumption, it helps us now to come out with what we call the product roadmap. The product roadmap simply means that, okay, how are we going to accomplish this vision? What date are we going to release it? What's the team? What are the future steps? What are objectives? What are development approach? So it helps us to dive deeper. And then when we get this product roadmap, we go ahead and say release planning. When we talk about release planning, it's just as, okay, how are we going to deliver this product? When is our what are going to be our cycles of iteration, or we call it sprints, right? And team capacity, story, priority, size estimation, definition of done, right? And how are we going to use this approach to deliver this product? And then we go to now iteration planning. Iteration planning is at the level where we are looking at the story, the task, the definition of done, effort, and commitment. This is what we call sprint planning. So this also answers your question, what is release planning? So if you're paying attention, release planning is when we're able to look at the different sprint or iteration we're going to be running in order to deliver the product, and the number and our capacity, the number of stories, and prioritization on what will be delivered and when it will be delivered. And we also have a daily planner, which is our daily stand-up. Okay, back to our question, agile product delivery, or how can you help an organization become truly agile or become more agile? Now, in order to use this illustration to answer this question, this is what you're looking at. First, you are looking at, if I want to help an organization transition, it means that they were not focusing on product delivery. They were focusing on project delivery. So the first thing, I want to have the organization define the product vision. What are we looking forward to achieve? This is working with leadership. And when you work with leadership, you are the facilitator. You are not the person doing it, which means that you is the ability to interact with leadership, be it the people at the product management, tech lead, be it maybe program managers. You want to work with them so that they can be able to give you an idea of what they want to accomplish because they understand the business value. Now, when you gather this information with leadership, you want to work with product managers, most especially, and the POs, in order to come up with a product roadmap. This product roadmap is also going to include the system engineers, architects, and all those who have relevant knowledge. Right. Remember, you're not the one doing it. You know how to facilitate it. And then also release planning. It's about working with all of those who are engaged. Who are those who are engaged? Those who are engaged are the PO, the product management, they talk about when are we going to release these, the tech lead, everyone at that level. And at the iteration level or at the sprint level, it's about working with a Scrum team. So you realize that agile transformation or transitioning from waterfall to agile, it's all about shifting the thinking. When we're shifting the thinking, what this is helping us to do, give me a second. All right. So next time when you say you help organization transition from waterfall to agile, you need to understand that it's not just about Scrum team. It's about working from the leadership level, helping them define the vision, working with them through the roadmap, working with them on release planning, working with them on iteration, and working with them on the daily planning. But then what is definitely going to make you nail this and talk over this as a pro is your ability to understand the product. A lot of practicing Scrum Master or those who are interviewing, they don't have what we call product mastery. So this is missing. If product mastery is missing, then everything you're going to be talking or responding is going to be like, what are you talking about? When you have a product mastery, it's easy for you to talk concretely. I always say your superpower in interview is understanding your environment. You cannot say that you work as a Scrum Master without having a product you work on. And just a point of emphasis, when you say that you work as a Scrum Master, a Scrum Master doesn't just work with every project here and there in the organization. You are assigned to a specific project and you're working specifically on a product delivery. So you should be able to understand what you're working on. You should be able to understand your team composition and all of that. Now, the second question, which I promised to answer today, was how to address impediments and blockers. The question is, What is an impediment and what is a blocker? There's no clear line between both of them. Based on my understanding, when it says something is a blocker, it means it's stopping the team from moving forward, right? When it says an impediment, it means it's stopping the team from moving forward. So they are more or less the same. All right, let me go back to these future and try to see how we can understand when we talk about impediments and blocker. Just in the process of agile transformation, now we can have an impediment right here at the product vision level that we have leaders that are resistant to change because they feel like there are going to be too many meetings. They'll lose their positions and they give power to team level. And because of this, you might spend more time coaching leadership to embrace agility. So that's impediment, that's a blocker. Now, it might also be the fact that when you're working with product managers and let's say product owners, they have not been officially trained in agile product delivery. Because of that, it's going to stop you from moving ahead because you need to stop now and provide them the training that they need to understand what agile product delivery is all about and train them how to participate in product roadmap before you can proceed, right? The same thing on release planning, you can also have an impediment or blocker in the sense that now if you have a team, if you have a team or you got into an organization and the Jira bot is not working in such a way that epics are linked to stories and stories are linked to tags and all of that, you realize that you cannot coordinate release planning effectively because you don't know which features, which stories are attached to which features and epics and all of that. So you will not really be able to do that. Or if you're working at the level of product management or program management, and you realize that they don't have a product backlog, or no, you don't have a program backlog where the futures are planned on how they can release it. Now, those are impediments that can limit the effective delivery of Agile. Now, if we come at the iteration planning level, let's say that if the team doesn't know how to estimate rightly, and maybe they're having like 10 story pointer, 20 story pointer, 15 story pointer, 7 story pointer that are not following the Fibonacci sequence, you realize that those are impediments, those are blockers you need to fix because it's stopping the team. But you can also have as simple as for computers that need to be connected through how do you call it? They need to be connected through authentication, right? Especially with high security organization. Most of the computer you need to be able to connect to the company system before you can access anything. If you have a team member and their computer is not able to connect to the central system, that's an impediment. It's slow work because they cannot do it. If their computer is unable to run some certain issues. One of the common issues I've seen happen a lot is we also had an issue where the whole Jira board was down, so we could not run daily stand up for that day, and that was an impediment. That's a blocker. You can also have an issue as simple as some of their team members, they're not able to connect to Zoom because maybe there might be something on your computer blocking them from doing that. Those are just impediments and blockers that could happen. All right, so that was it for today. A good Friday. It's a good weekend. What are you going to do this weekend to advance your process as Scrum Master next week? Just relax. Do not overwork yourself. Go have some fun. Get a cool mind. Get up Saturday or Sunday night. Get applying. And definitely, if you're in a good community of practice, what I always encourage is that just stay firm, stay motivated. You will definitely go over it before you can notice. All right. We'll see you again. On Monday, we're going to have our SAFe Scrum Master training. for those who have been part of it, they understand the value. Also, I'm going to put a link under this for you to register. But don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next video. See you.